I'm recording it. All right, so last time we discussed about how the relationships are made, and as I remember, we made a form and discussed how to insert the what we call the data through the forms, right? So it was the part we discussed last time. Since we had some issues when having the relationship, because it the way of deleting the relationship was different in the latest version here. So I have gone through it and done the like the relation deleting part. I'll show you it as well. So I'm going to do that again and show it you how the things are going to happen regarding the relation making, right? So yeah, first of all, people, just confirm me whether you can hear me on your side, and I have shared the screen as well.
Yes, sir.
Right, great. Okay, so right. I hope everyone can hear me clearly, right? So this is the tables that we were referring to in our textbook, right? So let me expand the fields as well. Right, so in student table, admission number, surname with initials, date of birth, telephone number, admission fee is there. And in marks, index number, admission number, and the marks for specific subjects, and the year is there, right? So now when we are creating this table, right, when we are creating these two tables, I have include the admission number. Now let me take the design view of these things. Yeah, so in the marks table, index number is the primary key, and admission number, math, science, English marks, and the year are there, right? And when it comes to the student table, uh, if you go to that designing part, admission number is considered as the primary key in here. So a primary key of a one table, admission number, is in another table as a normal field. So this is the foreign key, right? So it is the qualification for a foreign key, because to be a foreign key, that particular field should be a primary key on another table, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the relationship in between these two tables, right? Let's see how to do that. So for that, you need to go to the database tools. So like before you go to the database tools, like you should include the foreign key field in particular what you call the tables, right? But still it is not recognized as a foreign key since we have not created the relationship, but that field should be there, because when to create the relationship or to create the connection between these two tables, we need the primary key and the foreign key. So those are the ones we are going to link through the database tools. So once you're done with the table creation, you are going to the tab called database tool, this particular one, right? So inside the database tool, you can have different kinds of groups. So here you are going to go to the relationships groups, right? So relationship is right over here inside the database tool, relationships. So once I click it, a new window will be there. So now this is empty, right? So if I click on all relationship, if relationships are already exist, those are going to be shown over here. So now no relationships are there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a relationship, right? So what you are going to do is you just go to add tables, and you can take you can have the add table window, right? So from that you can create many different things like tables, you can add queries, or you can add both, right? So we are going for the tables tab, right? Inside that tables tab, the tables which we have created so far will be there, will be displayed there, right? So now if if you assume there are 4 or 5 tables there, but you only need the marks and the student table to have the relationship, you can just select the marks and click add, and you can just select the student and click add, right? Those are the only tables that you need to get to have the relationship. If it got a list of table, just choose what you want, right? So then before I make the relationship between these two, now go to the data sheet and view. Now here they are just containing a single records in the table. Student, if you go to the data sheet view again, they are just having the single records inside the uh, tables. There are no links to from one table to another, right? So what, to create the relationship, what we are going to do is, like, we are going to connect, we are going to say, okay, there is a primary key in this table, which in our scenario it's a student, and that particular one is going to relate with this admission number, which is going to have the relative values, or like the related values, right? That means the very same value will be there on those two columns, right? Same type and same maybe it's not on the same name, right? Apita මෙතන admission number තියෙන එක, when we are creating this table, we can create it as add number. That doesn't matter. It's not the name that we are going to bother about. It's the field, and make sure those fields are contained in the very same data. Very same data means the identical data, right? It shouldn't be on the very same way, right? In the very same order, but those should be identical, right? අර පැත්තේ admission number එක යටතේ තියෙන dataම වෙන්න ඕනේ, මේ පැත්තේ add number කියලා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ add number එක යටතේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ, right? So what you can do is you can click on the admission number right over here in the student table, right? It indicates with a key symbol, and drag it to the place where you need to have the connection. And in case I can have the connection with a wrong field as well, right? Now, if I drag it to here, it will automatically get a window in between which columns in these two tables that you are going to create the relationship. Now you can see here in the window they have selected admission number from the student table and English from the marks table. Now if I create this particular thing, so my connection will be from admission number to English, right? But which is not the correct one, right? What we need is the admission number of the student is having the connection with admission number of the marks. Right now, if you save it and you move to the marks of student, let me close it and take it again. So yeah, I'm double clicking it and get student is double click and get. Now, yeah, now here you can see there is a difference, clearly a difference. The plus mark is there, and here it says this expression is typed incorrectly, or it is too complex to be evaluated. For example, numeric expression may contains too many complicated elements, try simplifying the expression by assigning parts of the expression of the variable. Yeah, it's kind of a complex message. It happens, the very simple scenario is because we haven't matched the things in the relationship correctly. So how we are going to connect is this particular admission number in the student should be connected with this particular admission number in the marks, right? So what I can do is I can click on this relationship, and I can delete it. Just like when you are clicking it, that relationship will be selected and you can delete it, and it will be asked whether you are going to delete it permanently. Then I'm say yes. So then I'm going to create the relation again. So this time I'm going to choose these things correctly. So in student table, I'm going to create the admission number, which is the primary key of the student table. And regarding the marks table, and you are not given, yeah, once you click on this, you can see what are the names are here. So you can choose any name, but the correct field is going to be admission number, because those two are the one who are going to have the relationship, right? Then I'm going to say create. Right now it is being created, and let's go to the marks and student again. Let's close it, and let's save it, and let's open it again. Yeah, now still this plus mark is there. Once I click on it, and now you can see there is no problem with the expand in that. Last time we were having a problem because we were matching the different different data types, or like the different field types, to have a connection where it is not a possible case to do, right? So the admission number from the student is matching with the field of the admission number in the marks table, right? So those are the only columns which act as the common, which are having common values between these two tables, right? So those kind of a column can be related with the related with another column in another table, right? So once you've done it correctly, you can see these relationships very easily, and you will be given to expand the other records, which is from the other table. Now here I'm in the student table. Now these recordings are belongs to the marks table, right? So 1 is having these two, and 2 is having these two, and 3 is having these two, and 4 you don't have anything. If you want, you can add it from here. That is something we receiving through the through having a foreign key relationship, right? Primary key foreign key relationship. So once you add things to here, it is automatically going to add into the marks table, right? So let me add a one from here. So let's say the index number yeah, let's say it's 1011. Yeah. Yes, we have to go with the different index number, because index number is the unique one in the marks table. So 1001, 1002, 1003 is there. So I'm going to go with 1004. Right? Because why was the reason? I was previously using 1011, which is there already. Index number field එක තමයි primary key field එක marks table එකේ. So 1011 was there. So that is why it was given. You are trying to create the duplicate values now. If we do this, it's going to add. Right. Now, if you move to the marks table, 1004 won't be there. Like we don't have an option like refresh. So just close it and take it. Let's close it and take it. So once we open the marks table, yeah, here comes the 1004. Likewise, right, in the student table, 004 is here. Regarding the 004, this is the index number and the marks, right? So this is the way that we are going to create what we call the reference in between the database, or the relationship in between the tables, right? Okay, people, is it clear? Right, how about others? Right, great. Okay, so moving forward, later we discuss about creating the forms, right? I couldn't save it last time, so I'm going to save it now. So yes, so let's create a form and go as well, right? How did we create a form? We went to the create tab, we went to the form, right? We create on the form, right? And yeah, it was giving us those are the predefined forms that I was clicking, right? So ඒක already form එකක් ඒගොල්ලෝ automatically හදලා දෙනවා, right? අපිට පුළුවන් මේක අපිට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට manage කරගන්න. We really don't need to save this, say no. So let's go create. If you click on this, it will automatically create the things from the tables, right? Or you can go for the form design, or you can go for form wizard, or you can request for blank form. So the you can easily get these things done from the form wizard, but I'm going to show you how to create or how to design the form, right? Last time we discussed this. So once we click on it, we will be given a space like this to create the form. So we should have the fields and the places or the text boxes to make the user to enter the data into our forms, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to take the labels, right? So from design, either you can use these tools over here. This is for the text box, this is for the label, this is for buttons, and likewise, right? So if you want, you can just take the label, just take a text box and create something you want. Or else there is a much easier way of doing this, is by using add in existing fields. So like once you click add in existing fields, your tables will be shown at your right side, right? So this is the way it's going to be. So once you click on show all tables, so you can see the you can see the tables which you are already made inside this, right? So then you can expand any table you want, right, by clicking on the plus sign, right? Then you can add and create. So let's create the create a form to add the details to the student form, right? So let me get rid of the magnifier. So yes, so we may need the entire thing, but we have to drag and drop each and everything on this manner. Right, and when you are dragging and dropping it, you will be given two components. One is the label and other one is the text box. So if you need to separate these two, it's better you use this ash color rectangle at the top of each text box, or like each component, right? So you have to place it right over here, right? So likewise, you can nicely arrange your form. And surname comes along. Right, so like this, you can create the forms. Okay, so once you're done with this, you can save it, the form, with some name, right? So let's say student data form. Right, so you can get to know the you can get to know how it's look alike from the views. So this view shows you the yeah, this the view is the one we are staying for the moment, right? And data sheet view, that is for the tables, and right, the layout view, yeah, those will be there. And if you move to the now in the form view, you can add the details. So last time I remember we had something to the very first one as well. So like the to the student table. So here we can add things, but the problem is we don't have any buttons to click, right? So because once we have like what arrange in the particular place and should feed into the database, right? So let's try to add a new record to the student data student table. So student table goes until 5. So this is the I told you last time, these are the controllers regarding the form, right? Let me take the magnifier to show it. Yeah, so this is the one which helps you to move along the yeah, along the database. So you can see the data is being changed, right? So now 6th is not going to be a record. The reason is in your table right? In the table, you'll be having from 1 to 5, right? So if you are given anything mismatch with that range, mismatch means if you give some value or like the some components to be inserted into the table, so it will consider as existing data has given if you duplicate the primary key. So you have to go with the new one, right? So in table we have the primary keys until 005. Let's go with 006. I'm going to change this date into 21. Telephone number something something. Admission fee, yeah. Let's keep it like that. Right now, how we are going to add it? It is from here. So you have like you empty the form, you fill out the what we call the procedures and all these things, or like the text boxes and all these things. Then you hit this add new buttons. Now it's better you look it closely, this particular one, right? So now we are having the record 6, which is not in the student table. So I'm pressing that particular add button and press it, right? So yeah, once you press it correctly, the fields will be gone and the what the record will be added to your student table. Right, let's go and see whether it has been added. So is there a way of refreshing? No. Yeah. Right, okay, so we have, in that case we have to close it and open it again. So let's open this student table. Yeah, now you can see. Right, got that? Like the way we are like inserting things into our table. Right. How about others? Right. Might just give me a second. Right. Sorry for that. Okay, so as you can see, we can add the like we have added the new record to the what we call the student table, and it does not have anything right over here. Right. Okay. So now having this reference, having this foreign key primary key relationship, or the relationship between the tables, will avoid you some mistakes, some human errors, right? I'll show you what are those, right? Now, if I go to now, hold on, yeah. Now, there are students like 002, 003, 004, 005, and likewise, right? So the 005 student, which is Deepti, does not have a related entrance in the marks table, right? But like in the practical scenario, if students are there, marks will be there as well, right? Now, look at this. If I'm going to delete the Nimal record, right? Now I'm selected, so I'm going to delete it, right? So it says you are about to delete one record. If you click yes, you won't be able to undo the delete operation. Are you sure you want to delete these records? Now for the moment, I'm not saying no. I'm saying no, right? And now regarding the what you call the Nimal, he is having two records in the marks table, right? So that means these particular things, right? This is regarding that particular one, and this is regarding that particular student 002. So let's see what's happened when we delete this thing, right? We delete the record, and it is asking for the confirmation. Then I'm saying yes, so it is been deleted, right? And let's go to the marks table, and I'm closing the marks table. So for the moment 002 and 002 is there, right? And I will close it. I'm going to reopen it. Yes. So here the reference relationship has been made, but student is deleted, but the records are there still. Now this is going to be a problem. We are deleting a student from here. So in the marks table, there are records for the deleted students. So it will like raise some integrity issues, accuracy problems, then below, right? So for that, when we are creating the relation, right? So we have to edit the relationship like this: enforce referential integrity, right? And it's better you have this cascade update related fields and cascade delete related records, right? So it will give you a warning then after if you are going to do something like I did previously, right? The database engine could not log the table marks because it is already in use of another person or process. Oh yes, so this happens because the marks table is open by me. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to close the student as well. So I'm going to edit the relationship again. So I can select the relationship and right click on it, or else I can go to the database tools. And oh yes, isn't it giving us the relationship? We can double click on the relationship to take the window again. And I'm going to enforce referential cascade and cascade delete related records. And I'm saying okay. Oh, what is this? Yes, maybe it is because of the process. the form. Yes. Okay, we'll see this. Edit relationship, enforce, cascade, and this. Microsoft Access can't create this relationship and enforce referential integrity. Data in the table marks violate referential integrity rules. Right, okay. So can you see what they're saying? Data in the table marks violate referential integrity rules. Now let's see how it violates. It violates because the things I have done, right? Because in the marks table, now there are students who are not inside the student table, right? These students are like starting from 3, 4, 5, and 6. But in the marks table, there is a student called 001, 002, right? And again 001, 002. So before that, I have to get rid of these things. Right, then make a මෙතනදි මෙහෙම සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ මං තනින් තන delete කරලා තියෙන නිසා. Right? හැබැයි let me see whether I can delete multiple records. No, it won't be. And yeah, I'm deleting the things which is regarding the 001 and 002 because 001 and 002 is not in the table now. So I'm saving it and I'm closing this. And now I'm going to edit the relationship again. Let's see whether it works. Yes, it works perfectly. And now you can see once we enforce the referential integrity, it has the relationship like one to many. එතකොට එයා match කරගන්නවා. මේ එකක කොච්චරක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන විදිහට. Right? Did you got until this point? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great, great. Right, now I'm trying to delete some student over here, right? Let's see whether it is going to work. So I'm going to delete Banu, but Banu does not have the marks. Let me quickly add some data to this. So it's 1103, 1104. I'm going to say 1105. Let's say what, 60, 70, and 80. And 80. Here is 13. Yeah, that is enough. And DT, it's 1106, 45, 78, 92, 2013. Right. So I have add two things and I'm saving it. And I'm closing the marks and reopening it. So I can see the details. So here you can see I have missed the year. So I'm modifying it and saving it, right? So now we have data regarding each and every student. So I'm going to delete Banu over here, right? So right click and delete it. Now it is giving me a message, relationship that specify cascading deletes are about to cause one record or records in this table along with related records in related table to be deleted. Now, what does that mean? I said no. So what does that mean? If you are deleting this particular record, that means you are going to lose this particular record as well. Why? To maintain the integrity or the accuracy, right? 6 කියන කෙනා නැති වෙනවා කියන්නේ there shouldn't be a record regarding the 6 in the marks table as well, right? Otherwise it will make some conflicts, right? So since we are like having those things, like what are the things? So if I, yeah, so we said enforce referential integrity, cascade delete related records, cascade update related fields. I'll show you how the updation happens. And we enforce referential integrity. So because of the enforce, this one-to-many thing is created. Now, because of this cascading, during the deletion, they are saying, they are alerting us. There is something related to this particular student in the marks table. So they are going to delete, right? You better know, right? So if I delete it, so it is giving me the same message. So if you are deleting this, related things will be in the marks is also getting deleted. So I'm saying, okay, no problem, say I'm yes. Then I'm going to the marks table. So it shows us, see, it is deleted. Now there is nothing regarding 006, right? And updation. Now, updation means if I'm changing the admission number into 007, right, and pressing enter, right, and I'm saving it. So let's see whether these things have been updated as well. Yes, see, it is become 007, right? මේගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන 003, 004 and 003 again. So if I am changing these things into 001 and this as 002 and this is as 003 and I'm saving it, so those changes will be effected immediately inside the marks table, right? Got it? So when you are deleting, the related things will get deleted if the referential integrity is there, like those tick the options that we are saying. And if it is updating, it will update then and there. And if I close the now there are a row called deleted thing, and if I close this, if I reopen it, that row is gone because there is nothing called deleted things, right? Okay, people, did you got this?
Yes, sir.
Right, great. How about the others? Right, great. Okay. So we were like creating the marks table, sorry, marks form, not the marks, student data form. And I show you how to add things from this default toolbar. But last time we discussed about how to add the buttons as well, neither. So I'm going to show you that again because these are some like එකපාර මතක හිටින්නේ නැහැ අපිට මේ දේවල් ටික. So let me design it again. So I'm going to the design view. Right, so yeah, I'm going to add two buttons to add and the delete things, right? The rapid record add karana puluwan, record delete karana, right? So to add the buttons, this is the one we are going to choose, this button. So I can click on it and I can place it right over here. So once you are placing it, another window, the button command button wizard will be open, and we'll ask some question regarding how this button is going to behave, right? So we have to say regarding what regarding which things we are going to use this button. So like there are several categories: record navigations, record operations, form operations, right? And report operations. There are many, right? You can do. So for the moment, I'm going to go with record operations, and I'm preparing this to add new records, right? So I'm selecting add new records, and it is asking what to be shown on the text on the button. So you can import some some pictures to this particular point, right? By default, there is a pencil kind of a thing, right? Or else you can just browse and take some pictures. I think when a picture, so they're asking for a bitmap picture, which is a small picture kind of things like the icons. So if you can download some icons, you can add that particular icon. I'll quickly download a thing. Yeah, so if you search at icon BMP, so you can find a lot of things, right? So yeah, for the moment, let me take what? Okay, let's take this one. Right, okay, I'm going to save this image into my database listen location. Give in add button. And I'm saving it. Right, so it is downloaded. So now what I'm going to do is, so like as the next step of the button. So I'm choosing a picture for this now. So browse. I'm going to the new folder and ICT, O levels, database. Oh, seriously? Icons, no, all files. Yeah, it is there. Let's see whether it is going to take it. Yeah, the picture is a little bit bigger to the button, but it will get add, right? So I'm pressing next. So here they're asking the give some name to refer the button. This is regarding the programming part, right? So here it's better you give a meaningful button. So if it is add button, so most of people using BTN to refer the button. So add BTN, right? And I'm going to finish it. Yes, so you can see my button is right over here, right? So I can resize it, but if I'm resizing it, my image will get gone, right? It will not be there. So maybe the pintura pen අපි තියමු නේද? Yeah, it's a huge button. And I'm going to add another button regarding the delete. So for this, I'm record operation, delete record, next. So I'm going to have a text description, which is just the delete, right? And next. And this is, I'm going to give DELBTN, so delete button. So then finish. So delete button is there. I'm going to resize it to get matched with this particular thing. Yeah, so now my form is done. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to see how the form works here. This is how it works. Right now I'm having a big 2 buttons to do the edit, add and deletion. Right. So yes, now Kamani is going to be there. So the navigation, even these navigations can be added by yourself, like using those buttons. Right, so Sugat and Deepthi, those are the only people that we are having. So from these, I'm going to delete the Deepthi, who is the last one, and I'm clicking the delete button. And it is giving us the same message, the message we got when we are deleting from the tables. Again, it says this is related with some records in the marks table. So those reference tables, reference records will get deleted as well. Right, so if I say yes, so it will be deleted. So you can see the Deepthi is deleted, and regarding that Deepthi, the marks are already deleted. Right, so that is how you are going to arrange the forms, or like handling the forms, to add data, to delete data, and you can do many. You can update things. You can navigation can have the navigation, like all the things that you were having under that categories when you are creating a button, right? So it is giving us very useful facilities when it comes to the buttons, right? And we can hide the tables. We can limit the tables being accessed, and give the operator just this form to go and operate the things, right? Okay, people, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. How about others?
Yes, sir.
Right. Great. Great. Okay. So as per the next part, let's see what is there in your textbook. So we have created a form, and here we are going to create a query. Now, query means it is a customized table, right? Then you got a requirement to get to know what are the maths mark of the student with the student name, right? Student ge namath ekka maths marks tika bala ganna, right? So if you are just referring to your tables, like you can't get a direct clue. Direct clue means like you cannot see the things directly from that particular thing. Yeah, this is not the database that we are referring, which is this. So like if you visit to the student one, it's just Kamani and Sugat is there. If you expand it, so we know, okay, these are the things, right? Habai apita still maths walata හැම ළමයෙක්ම අරන් තියෙන ලකුණු නමත් එක්ක බලා ගන්න වුණොත්, now this is giving some messy information නේද, like Kamani maths is 98 and Sugat maths is 40. Now think that you are having hundreds of records. It will it will make you a very complex picture to see things, how the things are been arranged, right? So that is why queries are there. So like when there are a lot of things, lot of tables in your database, you can filter some things using the query. Then you can make the query and you can make an output according to your requirement, right? So that is what we are going to try next, right? So before that, let's go through the things that they have said inside the in your textbook, right? So to design a query, they are just giving us an example, like student subject and student subject marks are there. So they are getting subjects regarding the name and some subjects and some marks right over here, right? Like the name, subject, and the marks. Right now, if you look at this third table, subject ID is there, student number is there, and marks is there. So like if someone take a look at this third table, he or she cannot have the idea which student and for which subject they have taken this particular marks, right? එතනදී හොයාගන්න බෑ, right? ඒක නිසා අපිට අවශ්‍යයි දැන් අපිට එහෙම උමනාවල් එනවා, right නේද? අපි admission number එකෙනුයි subject number එකෙනුයි refer කරන්න ගියොත් ඒක අපිට practical වෙන්නේ we අපිට lazy සහ අපිට තේරුම් ගන්න lazy when we see the student name and the subject name on the screen, right? So for that particular thing, it's better you make a query to show the name of the student and the name of the subject along the marks, right? So to create the query, this is the way you are going to go: create tab, query design, and the necessary tables and things are being selected. Then you can run the query. So when you are designing the query, you have to select the specific tables, like we create in a relationship, and we are there to, like when we are selected the specific tables, they will give us the facility which are the things that you need to include in the query. Then we can tick the things, okay, these things from these tables and make my query, right? Then query will output you in the form of a table, right? Now that's a very important thing for you to remember. Always a query will output you a table, right? That's a very good thing to remember and very important thing to remember, which can be tested in your uh, uh, papers as well, right? All right, so now I'm going to do this, right? Let me see whether they have talk about anything else regarding this particular thing. Yeah, we can specify the criteria. Let's talk about it as well. And yeah, we can have some what we call the total marks, so like the අපිට අවශ්‍ය නම් subjects ඔක්කොගෙම එකතුව කීයද කියලා ගන්න. So we can do such thing. මේක සමහර වෙලාවට මේ versions වලට support කරන්න නැති වෙලා යනවා. Anyway, we'll try to do that, right? Okay. So before I go to the query part, I'm going to quickly add some things over here. Let me close this and take it. Let me close the form as well and relationship as well. Yes. පොතේ මට තාප්පයක් දෙන්න. Hi, sorry පුතාලා. Right. Right. So මම මේකට ටක් ගාලා records ටිකක් add කරගන්නවා. Right, so I will be adding some index numbers as well. So let me see the marks table. I think I'm gonna be lazy. Sahara, that will come. Sahara, me, that is on a word, baby, right? Okay, so now I'm okay. I have added the things. Right, so my marks table is something like this. Student table is marks table is like this. Student is like this, right? So here we are going to create the query. Now my requirement is I need to see the maths marks with the student name and the years that they are facing with, like mona avurudde kawuda maths mark වලට මොනවාද ලකුණු අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ කියන එක, right? So here I'm going to create it. So I'm going to create, and the place that I'm going to go is the query design, right? So I click the query design. So once I click the query design, new tab will be opened, and from that they will ask which tables that you need to have the query. So before I go to the two table thing, අපි මේ එකකින් එකක් පොඩ්ඩක් පුරුදු වෙලා ඉන්න. It will be much better, right? So hold on. Yeah. Api mulimma first let's have the query to select the surname with initials, date of birth, and the telephone number of the students, right? So that's what I need to choose. So I'm going to the create again. I'm going to the query design. So I'm clicking the query design. So my this window will be appear. In case if you did not get this window, you can go with the add table one, right? So add table. So for the moment, I'm going to have just the student. So I can double click on it, or I can click add, right? So I'm adding it and I'm closing it, right? So here, now once I import the my table, in the below, they are allowing me to select the fields, right? So either you can select all by pressing this student and star, right? And otherwise you can just give what are the things that you need to select. So what I need to select is the surname with initials and date of birth and the telephone number, right? Then I'm going to run the query. So I can run it from this particular icon, which the exclamation, right? In here, so I can click this. So here I'm having the output regarding my query. So it is a table, as I told you, the surname, date of birth, telephone number is the one which is there. So like from my student table, I cannot filter those things in here, but using a query, I can do that. So let's make another query from the marks table. So a query design part is here. So add table, I'm adding marks. So I'm having admission number. Here I'm having admission number. And here I'm having maths. And here I'm having science. We are getting a question. Seren, yes, query. Seren, query kiyana vachane, the Sinhala meaning vimasuma කියන එක. We are requesting something, right? So in here we are doing the same thing. Our database can have many different tables. From those we are requesting it. Then it can be mapped like this. Then හිතන්නකො mark sheet එකක් ඕගලන්ට දීලා. Now your teacher is asking you to filter the maths marks of the students. The mark sheet එකේ ඔක්කොම subjects එක්ක marks ළමයින්ගේ නම් subjects ඔක්කොගෙම marks, then the total rank and everything is there. So assume that your class teacher is asking you to select the maths marks and the science marks of the students. එතකොට ඔයාට ඒකෙන් තව කොලයකට ලියලා දෙන්න වෙනවා. So that is a query which is done by your teacher. So you have to make it. So in here we are doing it electronically, right? And with just 1 or 2 seconds. Neither is called the manually කරන්න උනා නම් you may take a lot of time to do that, right? Okay, so I have selected the maths and the science and the admission number. So here I'm running the query, right? So I'm having a filtered one which has only the a table which has only the admission number, maths and science. Now filtering the details from a table is important, but when it comes to joining part, like when we are having the data from more than one table, that will be more important for you, right? The one I have, the first requirement of mine, I need the maths mark with the student name and its year, right? So in that case, to take the name of the student, I need to refer the student table. To take the marks and the year, I need to refer the marks table. So I need 2 tables for that, right? So here I'm going to make another query. So create and query design. So this time I need to add marks as well as the student, right? So I'm having those 2. So in my list, now it is a huge list. the marks star කියලා තියෙනවා to indicate everything inside the marks, or otherwise I can select one by one as my need. So I need the admission number, or not the admission number, the name and the that is from the student, and the max mark and the year, right? So this is from student table, this is from marks table, and this is from marks table again. So I'm running the query. There you go. So I'm having the max marks regarding each and every student as their year, right? Then may in a output එකේ මට දැන් පොඩි ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නේද? Like you are having company twice, that is for 213 දෙසරයක් තියෙනවා. So it is not a good data entry. මොකද මේක වෙනස් අවුරුද්දක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Sugat is having 2 times, Nimal and Sugat, again Sugat is having 2 times, right? අපි ඔය ටික ටක් ගාලා correct කරලා මේ query එක ආයි run කරලා බලමු. So in the student table, it's better I correct this thing. Yeah, so I make this as 214, and in here it is okay, and in here it's 214 only, and it is here it's 214 only, and yeah, I'm having 2 Sugats over here, right? So which is possible, but for the moment I'm going to change the name of this last one as Sunil. Right, so let me save it, and if I go to the third one, and if I go to the designing one and run it again, yeah, now it is different. The company දෙසරයක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා 2013-14 values ටික. Sugat the 13 and 14 values, and Nimal only 14 value, and Sunil only 14 value. Then if I got a requirement to have the max mark just for the 2014 year, right? So I can change the query. So I'm going to the design view again. I'm still on the query part. I'm going to the design view again, right? And here under the year, I'm going to give a criteria, right? Like 2014. Let's see whether this works. So I'm running it. Yeah, here I'm having only the 2014 marks, right? So what did I do? Like under the year, I just specified I need only 2014. So I was just having 2014 on that particular year. People, did you got this?
Yes, sir.
Right.
If
Great.
there's more than 2 criteria,
Minul, it's not clear for me.
if there's more than 2 criteria, like if there's 2013, 14, and 15, and then you need to get 2013 and 14, then you have to put commas and
Yeah, like you can use and, you can use and, right? And within again inverted commas, you can say 2015 or 2013 something, right? We can check it and see. Hold on, let's check that. Let's make this particular student as 215, right? And let's save it. And here let's see criteria 214 is here, and they are using O right over here, right? Let's say 2015 right over here. And let's run it and see. Yes, see, we are having 214 and 215 both, you know, right? So if I go to the design view and I just get rid of 214, 215, if I run it, only the 214 will be there, right? You know, it's a good question. It's a very practical question, right? Right. So these are the things that you can do with the query part. And there was a place where we build up a little bit complex one. Let's go to that as well. Yeah, this particular thing. And before that, yeah, they have made this to 14. And yes, so here they need to get the total marks, which is a little bit a complex one, right? So which we are going to create from these parameters, right? So let's see how we are going to do that. So as the total. So මේක තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ final output එක ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉල්ලලා තියෙන index number, name and subject marks and the total regarding an year, right? So let's try to make that. So I'm going to create a new query regarding it. So query design. I need the marks table, I need the student table. So I add those things. So I'm adding the index number over here and name and marks for each and every subject. And here I'm going to add the total, right? So let's see how they have mark it as like total. Yes, yeah. So to go this, to select on this, they asking us to use something called expression builder. See, to build an expression, right? So you can use the expression builder, right? Let's try to do that, right? Using the expression builder. So here I'm saying total marks. Oh, hold on. This is where I'm going to take the expression builder, right? Using the build, right? This is the way I went, right click and build, right? So in here, so like they have take total marks, right? Let's copy the things from there, otherwise we will be like move to the incorrect positions. Now we won't be able to copy that thing. Let's copy this thing, so it's easy, right? This kind of an expression. Now this is a little bit complex though, right? The only thing is just get to know how we are going to do that. And there are some parameter issues. They just use exclamation and pluses. Let me do the changes. Exclamation and the plus. And I'm saying okay, right? And let's see whether this is working. So I'm running it. Yes, here it comes as the total, right? So මෙතනට එන නම change වෙන්නේ අපි අතන ලියන expression එකට අනුව නේද? Like if I make this as total marks, right? This particular place මම මේක total marks කියලා වෙනස් කරොත්, so it's going to be the total marks in my output. So I'm running it. Yeah, see, total marks will be there, right? So this is how we are going to create queries regarding a particular table or set of tables.
So if not, you can edit the marks table by putting it.
Yeah, so like you mean like having the total mark, Minul?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
okay, yes. But again, Minul, like it will be a little bit difficult to have like the total inside your table, right? ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට එකතු කරලා දාන්න කියලා සමීකරණ table එක ඇතුළේ ලියන්න අමාරුයි පුතේ. right? But in a query, we can do it easily. Saran, the question that you are asking, yeah, Saran, what you are asking is the same thing that Minul asked, right? The problem is, Saran, when you are going to calculate the total marks in your table, that's going to be a little bit problematic. Right, අපිට පුළුවන් අපිට තියෙනවා aggregate functions වගේ කියලා જાතියක් ඉස්සරහට යනකොට SQL වල, but this will be something very simple, right? But your suggestion, yes, it is possible, right?
So what does the exclamation mark represent as an operator?
Didn't get you, Minul. Come again.
So in the expression builder,
Yeah,
so after marks there was exclamation mark, right?
yes, yes.
What does it represent?
It's like it's the reference that they are giving, Minul. Hold on, let me go. Right, it says the marks in the marks tables. Exclamation means exclamation, like having the connection with the field of the marks table. Then අපි මෙතන කියන්නේ marks table එකේ maths කියන කෙනාව refer කරන්න. Add it to the marks tables science. Add it to the marks tables English. So exclamation will have the connection between the table name and the field name. Did you got that? You know?
Yeah, that means if there's something under English also, you can put that also.
Yes, definitely. Right? Got it? So like ඔයාලට මෙතන තව එකක් ලියන්න ඕන නම් plus ඔයාලට හිතන්නකෝ student එකේ මොකක් හරි fee එකක් තියෙනවනේ student එකේ. So you can write it like plus within square brackets student. එතකොට මේගොල්ලෝ pick කරනවා මොකද්ද කියන එක. Why I was not explaining this, this is like little bit complex part, and you can go for fee එක මේක නෙමෙයි fee එක අනිත් පැත්තේ තිබුණේ මට මතක නැහැ. Yeah, admission fees, right? So you can use that. එතකොට admission fee එකත් එකතු වෙලා එනවා, right? So if you press OK and run this thing, see it will be something like in dollars. The admission fee එකත් එකතු වෙලා total marks උත් එකතු වෙලා we are going to have something, right? Now people, if you think into this, database is a one big subject or one big area to look after, right? That is why there is a highly paid designation is there as database administrators and database analysts, and those are the people who are like the designations which are paying very highly in the market, right? So it is a one big area in the software industry, right? Okay, I'm going to quickly go through the report so we can wind up the session then after, right? So finally we are there to build up a report which is something very similar to the query, but here we can do it in a different manner. Right, so let's quickly go through that. It won't take much time. And the difference between the query and the report is something not a table, right? Report එකක අපිට පුළුවන් report heading එකක් දාන්න, date එක දාගන්න, අපිට report එක ලස්සන කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? As you can have a report something like this at the end, right? ඔය විදිහට report එක අපිට manage කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So මේක print කරලා අපිට තව කෙනෙකුට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් like if you are like presenting, if your teacher is maintaining a database to prepare the mark sheet, so he or she can have all the data inside this and do this average calculating thing, total calculating thing, ranking part inside the table and using the queries. Then he can build a report and print it out and pass it to the sectional head or the grade head or to the vice principal or the principal. So it's something that can present nicely, right? So we can design such kind of things using the database as well. So to create a report, you have to go to the create tab, right? Then go to the report creating, or like somewhere here, right? So then you can click on a report, right? Yeah, hold on. Yes, we have to save this query because a report allows us to take the output of the query as well, right? So I'm saving the queries as query 4, right? Yes, so it has directly create a report using the query 4, right? I don't need to create something like that. Let me go it again. Report designing, right? So this is the report designing, and this report designing part have two sections: report header and report details. Now report header, and there is something called report footer as well. Now report footer and header is not going to repeat, right? One time use when they were, right? And what is going to repeat is these details. අපි මෙතනට fields ටික like අර form design කරනවා වගේ, once we drag and drop those fields, the data under that is going to repeat means a data වලට අදාළ fields වලට අදාළව තියෙන අපි request කරලා තියෙන data ටික ටටක් ගාලා පහලට arrange කර ගන්නවා. So let's go through the report that your your textbooks has made. Index number, surname with initials, math, science, English, total and year. Yes. So the same thing which is done by the query, right? They have created it using the query, right? So let's try to make it using the query as well. And here they have used the report wizard, not the just report designing part, right? So which will help you to make it pretty quickly, right? And yeah, let me see. Let's take the page setup over here and the designing part. So we have to go through. Yes, you have to take the things from the fields and all these things. And hold on. Yeah, here I'm taking the admission number right over here, right? And surname with initials. And from the marks table, I'm going to add maths marks, and I'm going to add year, right? Yeah, so these are the things that I'm going to deal with. So now you know this, when we are taking a field, we are having two things, the name and the values. So maybe right? So what we are going to do is the labels are going to place on the page header. label එකේ තියෙන ash color box එකෙන් අල්ලලා යාව move කරන්න පුළුවන්, just the label, right? Just a second.
So both are good.
Yes. Yeah, let's preview it. Oh no, I think something went wrong with this. Yeah, I think it's better we go with the query wizard. Otherwise, it's getting complex kind of thing. Hold on. Yeah, let me go with the query wizard thing. So create report. So report wizard. So here I'm. Yeah, we are having query 4 over here. So let's take it all to the other one. So we can create next, and it is asking. Yeah, what I have done previously is so we can choose it from query 4 or mark or student, because I have saved the query 4. If I save the other queries, those will be listed down here as well. So query 4, I'm going to take all the related fields, all the fields that I need. Otherwise, you can just double click if you need some several fields, or just click and send it to the other side. But I'm taking everything to the other side now, right? So then I'm pressing next. So it is asking, do you want to add any grouping levels? So that is regarding if you need subtotals and all these things. Here I don't need anything like that. So I'm just pressing the next. So they are asking, you can sort the record by up to 4 fields in either ascending or descending order. So like if you need actually to sort the things according to the index number, let's say, so I'm sending it to the sorting it according to the index number. So then I'm pressing next again. So the layout that they are asking, so you can, if you choose in it, it's going to change the picture at your left hand side. So tabular, justified, and column. So tabular is the most common way, and the orientation of the page, whether it is portrait or landscape, right? So then I'm pressing next, and what title do you want for your report? So I can make a title. So the what I'm saying, marks, let's say mark sheet, right? And we can preview the report once we click finish, or we can modify the report's design if we want, right? So if we just preview it, so this is going to be your report. So mark sheet will be there, index numbers, it is sorted out, surnames with initials, math, science, English, and total marks. Here this is different because we have changed the query. Last time up here fee එකත් එකතු කරන්න කියලා කිව්වනේ. That is why it is there. So you can create it like this. Now if you need to design this, right, this is the print preview, or the preview part of the report. You can close the print preview, so it will be taken to the what you call the designing area, right? So if you want, you can change the things, right? Right. So like this, you can අට අවශ්‍ය නම් පුළුවන් field එකේ තියෙන sizes change කරගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ places වෙනස් කරගෙන අලුත් fields අවශ්‍ය නම් add කරන්න, right? So you can do many things, right? So it is up to you. Just search it, right? Search it and see what you can do, right? So likewise, you can make your appearance better in the report form, right? Then you can preview how it is, right? අපි අර අපේ report body එක ලොකු කරපු නිසා තමයි මේ tabular sheet එකේ මේක ලොකුවට එන්නේ, right? මෙතන මෙයා තව පොඩි කරන්න. It's going to be a compact one, right? So like something like this, right? So it is the way of creating a report very easily using the report wizard. We'll try using the designing part by next day, and for the next week, once I done with this, I'm going to move to the grade 11 parts, and I'm trying to give you a past paper, but I'm a little bit busy these days regarding some TV recordings to the Guru Gatherer. So apart from the classes, I'm always getting ready with the presentation for that particular things. So I try my best to have a little examination by next week, but if I couldn't, I will move to the grade 11 part, which is the programming, right? So which is going to be another interesting lesson, right? So you guys are going to learn how to program, right? So with that, I'm going to end the sessions for today. So thank you very much, and we'll discuss the design in part using the design view regarding the report by next week. Then we shift to the grade 11 part. Right? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, people. So have a nice weekend and be safe, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
At the same time. Right, everyone.